Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Awakeham. I'm Emma. This is July week 4's cash spending review, as well as my review of the whole month of July. Let's get straight into it. Cash expenses first. Groceries, I had £60 in here last week. I managed to save a bit on groceries during the month, just by cutting back on non-essentials, and also because I had COVID and couldn't get out to the shops. I wasn't up to much at all, not meal planning, not writing out a grocery list. I'd note down a few things I needed and my boyfriend would go out and pick them up for me. He was definitely guilty of picking up a few too many sweets and treats for the girls. I think they'd love it if he did the shopping weekly. I told him to use some of the money to treat Bella to a KFC when he took her out one day. So all £60 was used last week, so I have nothing left in here. Herbalife, I spent £120 on Herbalife products earlier in the month, and I still have a little bit left because I didn't stick to me Herbalife diet whilst I was in London, but it was planned, so it's okay. Diesel, I only stuffed £50 in here last week because I still had some fuel in my tank. This lasted me because I couldn't go back to work as I'd hoped. I wasn't able to drive, it just felt awful. All the usual symptoms and extreme headaches. My boyfriend used the car a bit for work and to take Bella out as well, so she wasn't stuck in, but I still have a little bit of fuel left. Eating out, there was nothing left in eating out. Windows, nothing left. That was quick and easy. Sinking funds. Days out, I still had £30 left in here to buy a cooler bag for days out because the drinks prices everywhere in London and at the Merlin site we visit often with our passes are astronomical, especially when you're buying a few on hot days. So yeah, I wanted a cooler bag we could carry around as a backpack that we could fit around 4 drinks in each, so 16 drinks. Any more and it just would have been too heavy. I wanted the bag to be good quality and capable of keeping the drinks cold in the hot weather. I found this one on Amazon for just under £20 and some cooler blocks for £10, so I was right on the money. I'm just waiting for them to arrive and they will do just in time for our next full day out. Gifts, I had nothing left in here last week. Health, guys, I've done it. I've managed it through an entire month without spending my health money. There have been months when I've needed it for dental costs, prescriptions, health related things. So this was fine. But admittedly, I have just dipped into this envelope for random things a few times. So yeah, I'm glad it's still here. Clothing, I had nothing left in here last week. Benny and Luna, my puppies. I never budgeted anything for Benny and Luna this month. And onto Benny and Luna, I have some sad news. Well, it's also happy at the same time. It just depends how you're looking at it. As you know, we adopted Benny just under a year ago. He was actually 1 last week. Happy birthday, Benny. He's been an angel since day one. So loving and gentle, so easy to train, no issues at all. And so my boyfriend very kindly surprised me and my girls with another puppy, Luna, 4 months ago now. For us, but mainly as company for Benny. But sadly, it hasn't worked out. Benny wasn't really impressed from day one. Although he likes a mad hour of non-stop play each day, Luna likes several hours of it, non-stop. As loving and as gentle as she can be, she's very boisterous and a bit more rebellious, less easy to train. So basically we made the decision to rehome Luna. It wasn't made lightly. I had to consider her and the attention she needs. We couldn't give her that. I had to consider Benny, who quite honestly likes a calm, peaceful life. She couldn't give him that. And of course I considered my girls' feelings, but Bella being 10 and Lydia being 16, they completely understood and agreed that she should be rehomed. I don't think they liked cleaning up after her and they couldn't walk her alongside Benny, and they too never got much peace. Luna's gone to a home where she'll see other dogs frequently, but will have eyes and attention on her at home with her owners who don't have any other dogs. They both work from home, so she'll never be alone. They're very active, so we'll be able to give her all of the exercise she needs to burn off all this excess energy she has. So yeah, we vetted them well. We met them a few times before we agreed they were the right people for her. And since they took her a couple of days ago, they've kept in touch with messages, photos and videos. She looks very happy and settled in a new home. And honestly, I think Benny is very happy to have his own space and some calm again. In a selfish way, I have to admit, I am also happy to have a more calm and peaceful home. I'm trying to simplify my life in as many ways as possible. Having one dog isn't easy, but having two, especially with one being as energetic as Luna, wasn't getting me any closer to my simple life. So I had to make a tough decision, but overall I think I've made the right one, and I'm going to look at this as happy news. Holidays, the £20 left over from our London trip was left in the bank and is still there just to top up my bank buffer. Christmas, I still have £450 in here, which is good because we'll soon start to see Christmas advertised everywhere. If I spot any mega deals like on things I know people actually want, I'll start to pick them up, because although I'm a little bit behind my original savings plan for Christmas, I'd ideally like all of Christmas to be boxed off, gift wrapped by the end of October, just so I can enjoy the build up, time with family and friends, cozy nights in, watching films, and not scouring the internet to find the things I wanted have sold out because I'm buying them last minute, or dashing around the shops that are crowded with people. That's what I had last year. This year, I just want a cozy, relaxing Christmas and build up to it. I'll do my best. Miscellaneous, this was empty last week. Emergency fund, I have returned the £200 taken out of here and put into my bank account to cover any possible emergencies whilst I was in London. So I have my £750 emergency fund intact. Car maintenance, nothing was put into this envelope this month. Savings, any money I saved on groceries and diesel during the month, unfortunately, due to not being well, are stuffed in here, meaning I have £130, which will be used to buy some dog grooming essentials on my next payday. So poor Benny will have less fluff to carry around. I can't wait to groom him when I have these tools. So now we'll have a look at July's spending overall. So my fixed expenses, direct debits were all as expected. My cash expenses were budgeted at £770, and I actually spent £65 less on groceries and £100 less on diesel. My sinking funds were budgeted at £780. I used some of my savings on cash expenses towards days out, mainly my new drinks cooler bag. £5 more on clothing, and then came in £20 under budget on my London trip. The money I saved was then put into savings towards dog grooming tools and to top up my bank buffer. We'll be able to see this more clearly over here on my new monthly budget review sheet. So fixed expenses budget was 1520. Actual spend was the same. Difference, £0. For cash expenses, my budget was £770. Actual was £605. So the difference was £165 less. For sinking funds, my budget was £780. Actual spend was £795. So the difference was £15 more. I have to think then. Budget for savings was £0, but I actually saved £130 for dog grooming tools and £20 was left in the bank following my London trip to add to my bank buffer. So effectively I've saved £150. Total budget was £3,070. And my actual spend was £3,070. Difference is £0, so leftover is £0. I had no additional income and nothing to roll over for stuff for next month. Lots of zeros. Now, as I've said, I've changed this review sheet slightly. I've always kept count of my available bank buffer on here, but none of the amounts I have in my main sinking funds categories and my savings envelope. So now this sheet will give me a full overview. So I have a bank buffer of £130 right now. I have health funds of £50. I have Christmas funds of £450, an emergency fund of £750, and savings of £130. So let's grab the calculator and add these up. Wow. So my total monies available is £1,510. I don't know why I hadn't thought to do this sooner. It gives me an overview of my situation at a glance instead of me thinking, oh, I'm skint. Or, hang on, how much have I got in there and there? Let's count. It gives me a sense of achievement. I can't remember the last time I had this amount of money available to me. I mean, I say available, but it's not really available. It's all accounted for. It would all need to be found at some point, so I'm just trying to get ahead. But yeah, it feels good. It really does. I'm so glad that I've added this into my review sheet. When I get to a stage where I'm building funds in other categories, such as car maintenance, for example, I'll add that onto here too. But for now, all of the categories are empty. These are the priority. I also need to add some notes, things to consider when planning and budgeting for August. So the first thing I want to note is that Lydia no longer needs pocket money from me. I was giving her £120 a month, mainly for school bus fare and lunch money, but she's now left school. I'll update you on her plans in my next video. And then I also need to make a note to remove Luna from pet insurance and Healthy Pet Club. I am going to wait until this month's premiums come out just to make sure she stays covered until a new owners can get around to sorting their own cover for her. So, up next, guys, will be my budget with me video for August, and there's literally no rest from major expense, it seems. My deposit's due for the advanced dog grooming course I'll be doing in September, and like I've already mentioned, I'll need tools for it, and just to groom my own dog, Benny. They're not cheap. Bella is off school for the holidays for when she goes back to school in September, she'll need a uniform and everything else that comes with it. So yeah, lots to try to balance along with everyday life expenses. If you'd like to see how I'm going to budget for all these things, check out my next video. I hope you enjoyed this one and found it insightful and helpful for your own planning and reviewing of your spending. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this and on living intentionally. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.